Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to do a first impressions video of the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream palette. This is a 15 pan palette. It's 17.1 grams. It looks like this on the inside. So if you want to see how I got this look and hear my thoughts on this palette, just keep watching. And if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think down below. You could even ring the bell if you want to be notified of when I post other videos. But let's get into this. I'm going to go in with my XOXO 03 brush and the shade Cloudy to use as a transition shade. I just want to do a nice pink eye look today. I'm going to try to probably stay away from the more peachy orange shades in the palette. And I probably won't use the blues today. Just putting this shade Cloudy all through the crease and kind of up on the brow bone. I'm doing a fairly wide transition. This XOXO 03 brush is a fairly large crease brush, and it really lays down a good size transition, which is what I want for today. So this shade is blending well. It looks very true to pan. There's a little bit of shadow kick up in the pan, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, and a lot of times to be expected with these matte shades. Alright, so I have that transition shade down, XOXO brush, the 06, and I'm going to go straight in to this shade Pink Flash here. I want to just lay this down with patting motions in this outside corner. I'm going to try to go very light with this shade here at first and blend it up into the crease. This first application, I'm going to use it as a slightly darker transition shade. Not as intense as this color can be and will be a little in just a minute on my eyes. Just want this to be slightly darker pink than the first transition shade and not quite as big. Just working, haven't dipped back in, just working this up more and more. Once again, the shade is blending quite nicely. Same thing on the other eye, except for I accidentally dabbed one more time than I did on the first eye, so this might actually end up a little darker. I might have to add a little more to the other eye. Just patting that all over. Now blending into the crease, first with a windshield wiper motion, and then small circle motions to blend it up. I know I've said this in previous videos, but let me just say, a little disclaimer, I am in no way a makeup artist. This is not my profession. Those of you that know me know very far from my actual profession. It's just something that I love to do. I like to give my opinion. I feel like I use a lot of different products and a lot of different makeup, so I feel like I do have an opinion of how things perform against other products, and I think I have an idea of what I like and what I don't. So I'm going to go in with my XOXO number 18 brush and pick up that same shade, Pink Flash, and pick up a little bit more of the product. And I'm going to start building and working up this pink to get it to exactly the depth of hot pink deliciousness that I want to see. I'm actually doing the same thing, patting it onto the outer corner, blending into the crease with windshield wiper motions, And then small circle motions to blend it out. I'm just not going to blend it out as high as the last time. Same thing on the other eye. So now I'm really happy with how that's blended out. I am going to go in with my Scott Barnes 63 brush. This is a very unique brush that if you've seen other videos I've mentioned I've had for a while. When I first got it, I tried it and I wasn't crazy about it. But I think possibly it was just that it takes a little bit of practice to master. And I was intimidated by it. However, I have started using it a little bit more recently, and I really like this brush. I will still say I think it does still take some practice to get used to using it. Right now I am using it, I am taking it like this and laying it right here on the outside corner like this. It lays down a nice little V, and then turning it and rubbing it into my crease to once again really build up that color. Try to do as much of your eye as you can with your eye open. It really does help because you see what other people are going to see when your eye is done. Work on the other eye now. Hopefully on this eye you can get a better look at what I mean by using this brush. And if by any miracle of YouTube goodness, Scott Barnes was to see this video and see how I'm using his brush, please, sir, feel free to contact me and let me know what I'm doing wrong, how I can do it better. I would not refuse a private tutorial. And I don't mean you're coming to my house. Which, if you want to come to my house, come on. I just meant a little comment. A little, hey, try this. Right? I would say that pink is about as pink as I want it. That is pretty pink. I'm going to pick up my Scott Barnes 62 brush. It's his nice fluffy crease brush. And I am going to pick up the shade Ruby Skies right here. And I'm going to use that just to add a little bit of shimmer up in this pink. This is a beautiful, like raspberry, I'm going to call it a shimmer. So we're working with this shade Ruby Skies and just adding a little bit of sheen to this pink. I'm trying to not to take the sheen all the way up to the top of the intense pink. Keeping it a little lower. This shimmer is just like those mattes, really blending out beautifully. And so far, all of these shades have been very true to color in the pan. And it just blended like a strawberry dream. I did that. I'm sorry. So now I want to go in with my Wayne Goss number 20 brush, and I want to pick up this shade Sunset right here. I'm just going to use that to intensify this outer corner just a little bit. Just kind of patting in small circles, and I'm just going to drag this just slightly into the crease. Just want that outer corner intensified a bit. This shade, just like all the others, is just blending beautifully. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing to this outside corner, and I'm going to go back in with the Scott Barnes 63 brush, and I'm just going to pick up just the tiniest bit of the Strawberry Moon. Just going to pick it up here on this pointy corner of this brush and just try to just lay that down right here. I want to try to create a little bit of a wing with this shade. But keep it just on this outside corner. Can you see how that brush, just using the tip, how it created just this nice triangle wing of that shadow? That is really nice. Like I said, I'm really learning to love this brush. And I'm just trying to make sure I have it, that the hood, it's not saggy at the hood. And like I said, just keeping that on the outside corner. Alright, that looks fairly even and fairly messy. But that's all going to come together in the end, right? So I've been sitting here trying to decide if I'm going to cut a crease with this look. I think I am. Pick up a little bit, a lot, I don't know what you would consider it, concealer on this brush. And I'm just going to start patting it right here along the lid. I'm going to go just past halfway. And then I'm going to try to be very careful setting this right into that inner corner and letting the brush shape just kind of do a line right up to that crease. Flat brush in that shade Cloudy, and just use that just to tap and try to set this concealer. If I don't do this, once I relax, the concealer will spread up onto my eye, my saggy eyelids. So that's a tip for those of you with more mature skin like mine, more mature eyes. So I have my creases cut on both eyes. Alright, so now I'm going to pick up my Scott Barnes 61 brush. It looks like a fan brush, this eyeshadow brush. I like the shape of this brush because I don't know if you can see this. It will lay down right along that crease using the flat edge. Alright, so picking up some of this shade Pink Dream here. I'm going to use this brush as a flat shader brush. And I'm going to lay this Pink Dream almost entirely over this cut crease. Oh, that is really pretty. I hope the the pink shimmery goodness of this is coming across. And just like the other shimmer shade, this one is applying true to pan and so smooth. I'm going to pick up the shade Blue Diamond. This very white silver shimmer. I am going to call this a glitter shade right here. And I'm going to use it right in this last bit of inner corner. That is so pretty. I am experiencing some fallout with this, but that's to be expected since I would call this a true glitter. Wow, that's really pretty. It looks like you took a blue diamond and crushed it up. There are little tiny blue sparkly flakes in this. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with the Sweet Dream, the shade I laid down on the lid, and work it up onto my brow and pick up some of that shade and lightly buff it right here under my brow. Just trying to seamlessly blend that shade into the other shades. So I'm going to go in with my Wayne Goss number 18 brush and pick up a little bit more of that hot pink shade and Pink Flash and just try to blend it in this visible part of my lid to try to bring back a little bit more of that hot pink that I started with. I'm just using small, barely touching the shadow and just using small circular motions just to try to pull out a little bit of that hot pinkness. Okay, I think that does look a little more pink than plum. I am going to take the Scott Barnes 63 brush and once again just dip that corner in the shade Storm Cloud. Such a pro. Right here. This very darkest shade. I just feel like I just need the tiniest bit of definition here on this outer corner and in this crease. I really don't want much of this down. Yes, it's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to deepen up that outer V without darkening the whole eye, without getting carried away. Okay, I definitely think that added a little bit of depth and dimension to this eye look that it desperately needed. Okay, so now I think I'm going to go off camera and do my face and come back and we'll finish up the lower lash line and I'll give you my final thoughts on this palette. Okay, so I put my face on, my foundation, my concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight. We're going to finish up our under eye. I'm going to go in with my Refer Prototype 10A. And I'm going to pick up that shade Cloudy, that palest pink shade, and I'm going to put it on my under eye as a wide buffer shade. I'm going to bring this shade a little far down and blend it, make sure to blend it right up to kind of blend out this edge. Okay, now I'm going to pick up my XOXO S31 brush. It's probably a crease brush. They may call it a detail brush, but it's got a pointy end. And I am going to pick up that hot pink shade, Pink Flash, on this brush and pull that hot pink down from this outside corner across this lower lash line. Being sure to really blend that through. I am going to use my Wayne Goss number 5 brush. It's just a dense pencil point brush, and pick up that blue diamond shade just to try to extend that a little bit onto the lower lash line as well. Okay, I am going to pick up the flat brush that I used initially to lay down this blue diamond shade and just kind of work it up right up here on the side of my nose where I was afraid to go before I put my foundation and concealer on. I'm not going all the way up with that. I'm just kind of making a V, I guess, shape almost right here. With that shade. Well, the last thing I want to do is take my Wayne Goss number 19 brush and that shade Sweet Dream that I have here on the center of my lid and at my brow bone. Just pick up the tiniest bit of that and just do a little blending right here where I was afraid to go before I did my face. Just blend that right up to under my brow. Okay, so I think that's it for the shadow. I'm pretty happy with the way this eye look turned out. I am going to go off camera and do my liner and my lashes and my brows, put on a lip, and come back to give you my final thoughts. Okay, so this is the final look, but I finished off this look with Milk Makeup eyeliner and emboss in my tight line. I have House of Lashes lashes in Iconic on, an oldie but a goodie MAC Candy Yum Yum liner, and then I topped that with the Lunar Beauty lip gloss in Enchantment over the top of that. And first of all, I'm very happy with the way this look turned out. I love this eye. This is a very bright pink eye, but it is very wearable. Now, this palette. I think I love this palette. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. All of the mattes were really pigmented, blended out beautifully. The shimmer and glitter shades were really pigmented and blended beautifully. I did not try the blues or the more peachy coral colors in here. So there could be, or the golds. So there could be a shade that maybe doesn't perform as well as the others, but in the look I did today, I did not experience that at all. I will be using it more, so if I find a shade that doesn't perform, I'll update you. I do want to say, when I was going back and finishing my lower lash line, specifically the Blue Diamond shade, I did get some fallout from that onto my cheeks, but not enough that I think you would really notice unless we were talking very close. So, all in all, fantastic palette. Good job, Mandy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe down below, and I'll see y'all later.